Hi, so welcome to the National Outreach, and today there was an amazing experience that we got to watch the SpaceX Starship SN8 high altitude flight test. So they were going at 12.5 kilometers in the sky. So the flight was a success until there was one surprising event that happened at the end. I'm going to show you closely later. Now, I'm going to explain where the launch is, what Starship is after. But basically, this is currently not live. The live stream just finished around at 4:50. But I'm just gonna show you the live replay of the events. So we're at T-minus 28 seconds right now. As you can see, there's smoke coming out. That is perfectly normal. They're fueling up the engine. So this was a test flight, meaning no crewed passengers, no exterior like you saw in the Falcon 9 Crew Dragon mission, and no payload inside of it. Just a test flight with the aluminum and the engine. So let's get started. So we're at T-minus 28 seconds. So yesterday, they got it to T-minus 1 seconds. That's the farthest they've been, but then they called Raptor abort. Today, they had one at 3 o'clock, but they also aborted that one due to a leak in one of the vents, and they finally were able to launch at 4:40. So let's take a look. So the whole launch is actually 6 minutes and 45 seconds from the launch to the landing. So let's go. So this is the Boca Chica, Texas, which I'll show you.
T-minus 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have liftoff.
Look how beautiful that looks.
All teams triage alarms.
So I love SpaceX, that's why he makes me a lot of articles on SpaceX. Everything was looking good at right after the production test 30 seconds. So all engines are good, everything is extremely properly, and everything is going along. No good. And everything looked good. So right here you see the engine from the drone view. Right here you see the vehicle from the drone view. Here you can see the engine, and here you can see the sun. That's the vehicle. You see that fire right there, correct? Right after that fire happened, and in between it, this engine right here actually went off. It cut off somehow, and it actually was not on purpose. So that was what scared everyone out here, right here. I'm going to highlight it for you. That engine right there, and that was exactly at T plus 2 minutes. So as you can kind of see that one engine is not on. Sorry about that. You may see some engine sputtering right here on the second engine. And if you just saw the second engine move, the second engine also just cut out. So right here, these two engines did cut out. But the main one right here, that stayed on. Right here. So that's why you see some engines sputtering right here, because it was trying to get the last fuel out of it. So T plus 3 minutes and 55 seconds, and 2 engines were out, but the rocket was still moving forward. Now you may start to see that something is starting to come here, the smoke is starting to go there, and you'll see something really cool that I totally did not expect. So you may see the third engine starting to cool down right here. If you just saw some fire, because something cool is about to happen. Just watch that. They spent almost $3 billion trying to create this flip that's about to happen. Would you just look at that? A rocket flipped and it's still remaining to stay in the air. So now it's going to start its descent down to Earth. As you can see, you probably see right here, you may see a little bit of Earth from the top because that was a suborbital flight. So Starship, when it launches, it's expected to go like this to make its way to the moon or Mars itself later. So Starship is expected to complete by 2025. So T plus 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And everything was fine, and the rocket went sideways now, and it's starting its descent down. So it's actually in some clouds right now. As you can see, the engine has started. And it just flips again. It's going to start its landing. And now watch this. Sticks the landing. It blows up. My mind was blown. It was such an amazing test flight, and it just ended up blowing up. Now, one surprising thing was that the landing pad didn't have that much damage. The vehicle was completely gone, but the landing pad didn't have that much damage. So that was very interesting. So it was an amazing flight to Starship and SpaceX. I gave them their full success, and I hope that they can continue to make this something successful. So basically, that's what happened after that. They just did the cleanup and all of that. Right now, they're still currently cleaning up because they have to wait a few hours until the toxic levels go down in order for them to do that. So that was one thing. So it was amazing, but it just went a wrong way toward the end. But SpaceX is still trying to develop it, so that was a test flight. So I hope that they can continue to do great things. And yeah, so I'm going to talk about Starship and what SpaceX is and all of that in a little bit. But I'll be right back after this short break. So here we have Boca Chica, Texas. So this is actually the SpaceX launch facility. Sadly, Google Maps does not let me go inside, but here is a street view of the facility. As you can see, some testing is going on right here. So this is in Boca Chica, Texas. So let me get our street view. So as you can see, this is Texas, the Gulf of Mexico, and Boca Chica is right here across the border of Texas and Mexico. So this is Boca Chica State Park, and just a little bit far away from it is the SpaceX launch facility. So basically, the Starlink launched exactly right here on its pad, and it made a flight up. It made its way toward here, towards farther than South Padre Island, I believe. I think they made it all the way to Corpus Christi, I believe. It was supposed to go to Port O'Connor, Texas, but they made it to Corpus Christi and then it made it back down. So basically, what I mean is that they went to Corpus Christi is that, so when you go up, the rocket also goes a little bit to the side. So it does, rockets are huge and they take up a lot of space to go to the side. So it launched right here, made its way up, keep on going up, and then it just went there. It came back around, back to the launch site, right, launch pad next to it. So that was its landing pad. So it was not a drone ship landing. It was not a, it went all the way to the ISS station. It was just a test flight. So Starship is actually a program that they're working on to make 100% reusable, 100% reusable rocket. So it's a fully reusable 2-stage, 2-orbit, super heavy lift offlet. And they've been working on it since 2012. And it's through a private space program, SpaceX. And NASA has put interest into it for its Artemis program, but they're not sure they want it to be done. So it's expected to be done in 2025, but it won't start launching until 2027 and until they get approval, because SpaceX does not have their own astronauts right now. They do not have the money and capability to do that. So as you can see, that's a model for Starship, something that they're hoping that they can look for. Here's Star Hoppers. This is what they used to use, but now they are they're doing the whole thing, just the aluminum and the engine. So as you can see, all of them have been a success, except one today, which was a failure, because there was an explosion, and there were so many delays through the last few days. So as you can see, so their first test was actually last year. That was a Star Hopper. It was only a 3-second test. So as you can see, they're starting to get longer and longer. So this was not like Crew Dragon 2, Crew Dragon 1, Crew 1, any of those missions. It was completely different. So that's basically Starship. It's just something that they're working on to get to the moon and to Mars as soon as they can, because that's the goal for NASA and SpaceX and like all these other private companies who want to get, and we want to colonize space so we can learn more about science and stuff. So right now I'm pulling up an animation of the Starship so you can see a better understanding of it. So here we go. Put my video panel here. So what I want to start up with is Starship is actually expected to launch either in Boca Chica, Texas, Hawthorne, California, or Kennedy Space Center in Florida. So their first test flight with everything ready is expected to be in Boca Chica, Texas. So more likely they won't do launches in California because of the air quality there and the weather there. So more likely it'll be a Boca Chica or Kennedy Space Center situation. So let's take a look at the animation. So this is, I believe, at the Kennedy Space Center next to NASA and SpaceX. So this is the animation. This is not the real thing. So I just want to point out something. So today we just got about this much right here. Only about that much. We didn't get the bottom part right here because that's still in development. So we got probably this much if I'm not miscalculating, but I believe it was just this much right here. Sorry. And then this is the whole rocket itself. Hold on, let me restart this for you. So that would be the second part. Now just go down. So the first part is actually what the test is. Now it'll make its way back down. Another one continues its destination to wherever else it needs to go. And then on its journey back, it would reconnect. So that is SpaceX's goal, and I really hope that they can get there as soon as I can. So let's now take a look at Overlook Horizon.
It's actually, it's still standing. It's bobbing in the water. That's kind of weird.
That's just, how about we not watch it?
All right.
But the launch was amazing today, even though that it was a bit of a failure, but amazing launch, and I hope SpaceX can continue with Starship. And that's all we have for today, and I hope you continue to have a great day. Please continue to take care of yourself and each other, and make sure to stay sciencey and keep your space hats on. See you guys soon.